Sponsored by Blinkist. Big ideas in small packages.
Did you know the first Mac I ever bought was a MacBook Air? It's true, bought it like a decade ago. It's still one of my favorite computers. Why am I talking about MacBooks on a video about a Windows laptop? Well, to make this point. If what you want is a super portable notebook with powerful features, you don't always need to look for the Apple logo.
If you're not familiar with the term always connected PC, basically they're supposed to bring the best parts of your smartphone to your laptop. That means waking up instantly, delivering better battery life, and of course, always staying connected to the internet. Now, the road to a solid acpc hasn't been a smooth one. 2 years ago, my initial experience with an affordable Asus model was rough enough to sour me on the platform for a whole generation. A few months back, my time with Microsoft's Surface Pro X was much better, but I still found it a little slower than a conventional Windows laptop, and thanks to its smaller battery, it also died a lot sooner than it should have. Well, I've been using the Galaxy Book S for 2 weeks, and great news! One of the things that's made it so much more enjoyable will also do the same for other acpcs. Before we get to that, though, let's talk about this hardware. In the intro, I compared this to Apple's new MacBook Air, but the Galaxy Book S is actually 25% lighter. And it's 26% thinner with the same size display. Now that screen is lower in resolution, which you definitely do notice. It's probably the second biggest bummer of this device, but it's also a touchscreen, so maybe we'll call it a draw. Now all that portability does exact a penalty. Its lightweight construction means it fails the one-handed opening test, and here's the biggest bummer. The shallow base means these keys don't have much of a place to go when you press them. As a result, the keyboard feels mushy, and a further frustration is the wimpy backlight. It's so dim that at first I thought Samsung didn't even install one. Are those compromises livable, given the portability you get in exchange? Tell him, Harry Kim. Speakers are pretty intense. I haven't been this enamored of a lightweight, low-profile laptop since my first LG Gram a couple years ago. And the Gram didn't give me the always-on 4G connection, this one does. My review device came with a Verizon SIM alongside the microSD slot, and even though I say it on every acpc video, I don't care, I'll say it again. Not having to worry about finding a connection is a freedom that just never gets old. I don't need to ask the barista what the Wi-Fi password is, or make sure my phone is plugged into a battery pack so I don't kill it with mobile hotspot. I just open my laptop, and I'm already connected. Now, yes, it costs extra every month, and yes, it's the quintessential first world problem, but for the target customer of the busy business person with a lot of bread in the expense account, not a lot of time to mess around, it's perfect. Because those same business folks are bound to bludgeon their batteries, part of the promise of the always connected PC is that it lasts a long time. That's a big reason the heart of this thing is based on Qualcomm's smartphone processor designs. It doesn't need fans, and thanks in part to the fact that there's a modem built right into it, it's much more power efficient than your typical CPU. Qualcomm used to cite a crazy 20 hours of battery life, but in reality, I've averaged about 7.5 hours per charge. That's mixed usage at home on Wi-Fi and out and about on 4G at an average of 40% brightness because this panel is so bright I honestly don't usually need more than that. Contrast that with the 6 hours I topped out at on the Surface Pro X, and consider that I was able to space that usage out over a few days, so overnight I was losing about 10% in standby, and it's pretty good, even if it's not quite up to the 8 hours I squeezed out of Google's Pixelbook Go. Windows Central got even better endurance during their review and has a bunch of battery benchmarks too. I'll link you to that in the description. While you're down there, please subscribe to the Mr. Mobile as well. Now viewers, I do listen to you. Everyone dogged me for using Chrome during my Surface Pro X review, so for my time with the Galaxy Book S, I used Microsoft Edge exclusively. And you know what? It was pretty impressive. That's because the new version of Microsoft Edge is built to run on machines like this. See, there's a huge architectural difference between the ARM processors that power an always connected PC and the more traditional x86 silicon. Thanks to that and just some raw capability differences, hardcore games or photo and video editing, all that is right out. If you need that, do not buy this machine. It's not for you. Also, many Windows programs either won't run or will only run in emulation, which means generally they're slower and more power intensive. I spent my first few days with this computer running those older apps and just hating it, until Daniel Rubino showed me the way. Not to get all Forbesy about it, but that one neat trick that saved me, after a quick word from my sponsor. Everyone my age talks about what they miss about school. The parties, the friends, the fashion choices. But in my geekier moments, I admit, I kind of miss the learning part, too. So if you feel like your life is just too busy to pick up a book, check out today's sponsor. Blinkist takes the critical information, the essence of what you need to know from thousands of nonfiction books, and boils it down into just 15 minutes. Blinkist tells me if I'm into cutting-edge science, which I am, I might enjoy physics of the future, which I do. And if you don't even have 15 minutes to read, you can listen to the Blink instead. It's a great way to learn more and improve yourself, even if you don't think you have the time. The first 100 people to try Blinkist at the link below will get unlimited access for 1 week. You'll also get 25% off a full membership. Hit the link in the description to start learning now, and thanks to Blinkist for sponsoring this video.
The best way to tell you about web apps is just to show you. This is the old emulated Evernote program for Windows, and this is the web app. This is the Amazon Kindle program for Windows, and this is the web app. It's not just that the web apps look better, they run incredibly well. That's a cat.
I learned about these because I was complaining to Rubino over Slack about my keystrokes always lagging behind when I use an acpc. Well, in the 30 seconds it took him to teach me how to turn a web page into a web app in Edge, he changed everything about my relationship with this computer, at least the software side of it. For my needs, which on a machine like this are almost entirely online, web apps are great. Seriously, the only downsides I've run into are that I need to re-log into some apps every day. And of course, they don't work so well when you're not connected, but it's an always connected PC, so you get it. In fact, I like web apps so much that I've thought about revisiting older acpcs to give them another shot. But honestly, the Galaxy Book S is so good that I don't feel any desire to, say, rush back to the Surface Pro X. While Samsung's keyboard is pretty bad, like I said, at least it's included with the price. Microsoft charges between $140 and $270 extra if you want a keyboard. The Galaxy Book S is on sale now for $9.99. Again, graphics or gaming-oriented users should not buy it, and even mobile run-and-gunners should still cross-shop the cheaper Pixelbook Go from Google. But if what you need is an ultra-portable, always-connected Windows machine for the road, the Galaxy Book S delivers the best combination of battery life, performance, and portability that I've seen. Folks, this review was produced following 2 weeks with a Galaxy Book S review sample provided by Samsung. Mr. Mobile does not produce paid reviews, nor do I give the subjects of those reviews any editorial input or copy approval rights. What that means is Samsung is seeing this for the first time right alongside you. Again, please subscribe to the channel on YouTube if you'd like to see more videos that put the viewer first. Until next time, thanks for watching, and stay mobile, my friends.